This video is sponsored by True Gold Republic, the precious metals experts. Talk to one of their experts today about diversifying your portfolio to help assure your future financial security. Find their contact information in the description below and pinned in our first comment. James Kaufman, World News Report today, May 27th, 2024. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, our electromagnetic field has been hit hard today, going off the charts here at 1600 hertz. And it could have been a whole lot stronger than that. Now we're going to find out what the agitator is and why this spike is so high. When we see this, we usually see the Schumann resonance responding as well. Let's take a look. Bouncing over to our Schumann resonance, we see that about 1300 UTC time to about 1500 UTC time, we had some huge spikes off the chart over 105 hertz. That could have gone a lot higher than that. These models were all built before the Schumann resonance went over 40 hertz in 2017. Really 37 hertz. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the geophone's getting hit up here in pink, and it's on and off. We're going to have an agitator. It's probably going to be lightning, and I'm going to let y'all know why the Schumann resonance is so strong and getting stronger. Looking at a 6-day comparison, we had some spiking earlier in the day that went off of these charts that ended 50 hertz, and we had some time that, we saw no Schumann resonance activity that was substantial. And then again, now we're back to these spikes that went over 100 hertz. And we've had nothing happen over the last 2-hour period thus far. These are the hourly geophone strips cut up into 15-minute sections. And we see nothing like we used to. I believe that's again because these geophones are completely covered in snow. When you do see a reaction, it's, well, nothing compared to what it used to look like on these geophone strips. Heading over to the amplitudes, the good news is that our ELF noise monitors, and our second SR frequency monitors are working perfectly. Our geophones down here in green are responding a little bit, but not like they used to. Again, I believe they're covered in snow by the many pictures near the modeling station. We started seeing some actual spiking around 1230 UTC time. We had some heavy spiking between 12 and 1600, and even after 1600 into 17 and even 1800 UTC time. So we're talking about on and off about 8 hours of spiking. And hey, we also had all this earlier spiking in the day here that started right at 1:30 UTC time, on and off. And you can see there's more action here at 5, more action here at 6, more action here at 7 UTC time. And now we're back in a spiking event, although over the last 2 hours, we have gone back to no spiking whatsoever. So what is our agitator? Well, of course, it's a lightning storm as usual. And we can see that this passed through just now. And we're going to move into where our modeling center is. Right now, it's not spiking. There's no lightning in the general area. Our modeling agency is right here with some light rain here. But obviously all of these lightning storms up here had gone through during the time we saw the spiking. Now the question is why the Schumann resonance has gone from spiking up to 35, 37. We've always had lightning up to spiking over 100, then over 200 hertz. Well, I'm going to try to explain that to you. What I finally noticed is there'll be no spiking from the Schumann resonance. See the last few hours here? If our shields are up in blue here, if our shields are down, well, the agitator is bouncing off a much lower part of our atmosphere called the D region. We also have an E region and F region. E1, E2, F1, F2 regions, and those collapse if there is no space weather. Now they've propped up, and we see the Schumann resonance not responding to the lightning in the general area. We're going to see this every time we look at this. By the way, there's no space weather hitting us. There's some abnormality right here. That's all I see for the day, but the shields were down until the last couple of hours where we again see no Schumann resonance. I'm going to show you a pictorial of this. Now, I'd like to start off by saying that we are seeing an increase in frequency and vibration because of what's occurring. And what's occurring is, I believe, a pole flip in our atmosphere dissipating unless space weather is attacking Earth, whereas our atmosphere, well, expands. Our F layer, our E layer, and our D layer. Now, our F layer and E layer seems to just dissipate if space weather is not attacking our planet. That means when we have lightning, it bounces off the D layer, which is much closer to the ground and the monitoring station than the E or F layer, like it used to actually bounce off of, as the D layer is the only atmosphere that's up at the time. Bounces off the D layer, returns to the monitors much stronger and much faster because it's not traveling as far and it has much more velocity, causing the higher Schumann resonance spikes and electromagnetic field spikes. Now, we saw that the shields were down, and that was down to the D layer. When the shields are up, the E and F layer kind of pop up and appear to help try to protect the planet from the space weather, and you will not see Schumann resonance spikes during that time period, or I have not actually looking at this hypothesis for about 6 months now. I did find several papers that agree with my hypothesis that took me years to figure out. Again, we never had the Schumann resonance go over 37 hertz until 2017, and that's just about when the magnetic poles started moving away from the poles themselves. Now, I believe we're in a pole flip, or the beginning of a pole flip, and I believe our governments know that our complete atmosphere, about 99% of it, dissipates and disappears during that pole flip, and actually this turns into a complete mess. But I think that that's quite a bit into the future here. Nothing that's going to happen tomorrow or the next day. Now, I'd like to say that if you take a look at any mathematical theory of all, including things like the M theory, string theory, superstring theory, they all say that there are multiple dimensions, and that the higher your frequency and the higher your vibration, the higher dimension you move to. So I do understand why some people would say that they're ascending. Let me know how this affects you. It affects some people in a positive way and some people negatively. As well, for me, it makes me tired, I feel like, and lethargic. Let me know how it affects you in the comments below. It is no longer spiking. Our shields are up, and we very well will be dealing with space weather for the next several weeks. God bless. Please share. Please subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible. Bizarre world.